And for this button to come up, that'd be fantastic if it does. All right, fantastic. Okay, well, hey, what's going on, everybody? Give me a big wave or throw a 5 in the comments if you can hear us. All right. Grateful to have you guys here. If you're watching this right now, it means that you probably heard that we're going over a topic today that is extremely important. But today we're talking all about menopause. Now, you might find it funny that a guy is talking about menopause, which is why I'm not going to be explaining it to you. And I have to say, my heart goes out to all women. I will say this publicly. Women have it tougher than guys do, which is why I think God made guys a little bit not as intelligent as women. Can I don't know. Women, would you agree that you're kind of smarter than guys are? Maybe you won't tell them that, but I think on the inside, we know that as well, too. I know my wife's way smarter than I am as well, too, but it's so important because whether it's perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and we talk about hormones, it's a very big situation where a lot of your life changes. So today, I'm going to introduce you to some experts, people that have gone through the journey themselves, found great solutions, and have helped a lot of other people as well, too. We have Angie Bloom-Hewett. She is a health and hormones educator and also fashionista. Grateful to have you here. And we're also going to introduce you to Lily Lieu, who has been advising and helping people with their health for, gosh, almost a decade now, actually. And and also importantly, we're going to talk about what some of those solutions are. So by the end of this, if you find something of interest to you, get back to the person that connected you to this, and we're going to have a really, really good time. All right. So what I want to do first, and I'll bring up Angie towards the middle section to talk about her story, but I want to introduce you first to someone that is near and dear to our heart, somebody that really helped pioneer this whole movement. And when she first got introduced to the drop system, we're going to introduce you to, and she went through it, she was not only just able to get amazing results, but she was able to use it through a hormonal shift season of her life. And it's been incredible to watch her continue to grow in that passion. When it comes to passion about health, I don't know many more people that are as passionate as Lily Lieu is. So, Lily, welcome, welcome, welcome to the call. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Grateful to have you
Yes.
here. Lily, so for those of us that don't know your story, do you mind talking to us about your health journey, what you experienced on the drops, and kind of what led you here?
Well, first of all, I want for all the ladies out there, my heart goes out to for those that are about to enter this stage of life, the ones that are going through it, or the ones that have just come out of it. But also, I want to speak to the men on this call. Please have compassion for the ladies in your lives, your wives, your cousins, your aunties, your neighbors, your grandmas, your moms, whoever it be, because my goal today is to educate, encourage, and to equip you with information so that you can actually help pass this message on to someone else. All right. So before we get started, can you guys put 100 that you will agree to help me, pass this message on to other people that may not know it? Thank you. I see the hundreds coming in. Thank you so much. It is an honor to be on this call tonight. Like James said, it has been a journey. I was one of the ones that was with James and Becky when they formed Wellness 360. It was a platform for us to educate people to advocate for the health. I guess I'll start with that because my journey started with I was at a point where I was working 60 hours a week in corporate America. I didn't take any breaks to eat, and if I did, it probably wasn't the wisest choice. And that led me down a path of poor health. I don't know, can anybody relate to that? Put a one if you can relate to that, skipping meals and all that. But that was me. And I got to a point where I was borderline diabetic. I had high triglycerides and my weight skyrocketed to a point where I was heavier than when I was pregnant with my daughter. And along with that came excruciating abdominal pains. And I went through a lot of tests, MRIs, CT scans, ultrasounds, endoscopy, colonoscopy, all that to really come to let you know that your health is your body is amazing. It depends on what you supply it. So one fateful day, my neighbor introduced me to the drops, the body balancing drops, aka skinny drops, happy drops, whatever you want to call it, they work. And in a matter of 3 months, this is my journey. I was able to lose 26.4 pounds, 14.1% body fat, and all those health issues I spoke about were gone. I'm not saying anything I'm about to share with you tonight is meant to diagnose, treat, or cure, but this was my journey. And now I've helped transplant thousands of other people around the world with these drops. And these pictures were taken. I was, I think, 51 or so, 50, 51 when I entered this journey. I was perimenopausal. I went through menopause and I'm about to be 60 this year. So I've gone through all the stages and just so ever grateful to have been introduced to this community and these products that we're going to be sharing about tonight. For essence of time, we're just going to highlight three. But I want to like kind of give the platform back to James. We're going to be going back and forth because I want to really take the myth out of menopause, what exactly it is. So James, do you mind if we start there? Like what
Oh,
exactly?
good. I know. First question I think it's on everyone's minds is how are you almost 60 years old? Right? Like
The
what?
product.
Seriously, seriously. So got a couple questions, and this is perfect for me because I'm a guy. So if you explain this to a guy, it'll do the world a great service. So first question is this. Like I hear menopause, and I kind of think I know what it is, but do you mind defining like what is menopause?
Sure. So what happens to a woman during this stage called menopause? During menopause, a woman's ovaries actually stops releasing eggs, and the body produces less of the female hormones, estrogen and progesterone. So lower levels of these hormones actually can cause the menopause symptoms to occur. So your periods occur less often, and eventually they stop. Um, you may ask, what's the average age? So most women experience this. The perimenopause, menopause age is between age 40 and 58. The average age is 51. So physical changes actually begin years before the final menstrual period. I know maybe too much info for men, but you got to understand. And like you alluded to, James, the three stages of menopause. It's not just you're in menopause or you're not. Believe it or not, my doctor told me that. But no, there's actually perimenopausal. It's a cycle where your period becomes irregular and they haven't stopped completely, but most women hit this age around 47. And the menopause age is when your final menstrual period, you have that. The postmenopause is actually, it begins when you hit the year that marks your final period. So a lot of people kind of get confused, but I want to kind of define that and how the next step, that's what menopause is. But then I'm going to describe what menopause, what are the symptoms? Because I think you probably know, James, let me ask you, what do you think menopause, like what are the symptoms of menopause?
When I think menopause, and throw it in the chat what you think it is too, I
Yeah.
think hot flashes. I think bloating. I think just really uncomfortable. Like that's all I feel hear about menopause. And and I guess the feeling to describe it is kind of just frustration because it's like I see women just going through this change and they're used to their bodies being a certain way, and then it's like something to shift it, and you're not yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that what it is, or what else is there to menopause symptoms?
Definitely, those are the common ones. So I want to go over the common ones and some of the uncommon ones that people may not know. So, like you said, for all the women out there, you're not going crazy, you're not losing it. And for men, please have compassion for us ladies. So menopause, some of the common menopause symptoms are due to the, like I said, decline of estrogen and progesterone, normally produced by your ovaries. And it can include some of these common ones are, like you said, weight gain, mood swings, anxiety. So some of these are the ones you said, but it's slow metabolism, which again leads to weight gain, thinning of the hair, dry skin, depression, anxiety, headaches, migraines even. So people that don't have migraines all of a sudden start getting migraines. Insomnia, which is very common for me, falling asleep and staying asleep. And like you mentioned, the hot flashes and the night sweats. But I want to kind of define some of these, like hot flashes. What exactly is hot flashes? I fortunately didn't really go through that. And I know that, Angie's gonna be sharing about that, but the way I hear from some of my lady friends, they're like, no matter what they're doing, they got to stop and they have to announce to the world, oh my God, it's so hot. It's like my head's in the oven. I don't know. I see Pia laughing. Put 100. Do you ever felt that way? Or you're on vacation and everybody's freezing and you need the AC turned up. Okay, that is what hot flashes is. So I'm glad that that's not like uncommon. That's exactly what a hot flash is. Whereas night sweats, you sweat in the middle of the night, you wake up and your t-shirt's all wet, whatever you're wearing to sleep. I've experienced that. So like
Mm,
to James' point, it's very uncomfortable. You go from
wow.
hotness to like even, the fog, the foggy brain, like your memory
Mhm.
goes and all that. So some of the uncommon
Wow.
ones you may not know is the ones that we don't want to talk about, like discomfort during sex, a feeling of
Mm,
lost self, hair thinning, and like my hair, I remember shedding so much. This happened even after giving birth. There's hormonal changes. I thought I was going to go bald, but see, that's a hormone imbalance again. So that happens during menopause as well. A loss of self-confidence, um, reoccurring urinary tract infections, stress, libido, and skin conditions, the dryness and the oiliness, and adult acne. I think someone had mentioned that the other day. It is a thing. I experienced that. I got adult acne. I didn't get acne when I was a teenager, but James, I'm telling you, the one product I'm going to share about that help with the adult acne. I got to a point where I had a pimple, it faded, and I had so much like dark spot I had to cover it with foundation. And the only thing I did was to take that magical youth elixir, and that got rid of
Wow.
my adult acne. But those are, some of the common, uncommon, and there's, embarrassing ones. Okay, ladies, the urinary symptoms, onset of depression, the vaginal dryness, the hot flash. These are very embarrassing, but I
Mm,
just want to kind of put it out there and being a little bit more raw and real today because it is that serious of a
yeah.
subject. I don't want to just glaze over it and say hormonal
Mhm.
symptoms. But I hope that helps you. If I explain it to a guy, like you said, does that help you understand? Um,
How it makes me feel is, wow. Like women, I have so much respect because wow, like that sounds like you're a completely different person. And my question would be this is, when I think about perimenopause, menopause, and these symptoms, at first I think, well, it kind of just happens. Like, you're just gonna have, of course, your cycles do stop. Like that's like a biological thing.
Right.
But symptoms, like it's like expected. Of course, I'm going to feel uncomfortable. Of course, these are going to happen. But it sounds like what you're suggesting is that doesn't have the symptoms don't have to be that intense. It sounds like what you're suggesting is there's things that you might be able to do to better that. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely. And I like through all my journey, as I shared, you got to advocate for your health. Keep seeking for a solution. And that's where I'm so proud of all of you guys that are on, the 70 plus people that are on tonight and the people watching on replay, that you're hearing this message. May it just encourage you to keep seeking until you get the answer. And what I'm going to recommend is like advocate for your health. Here's some recommendations. See what it can do for you because that's be open-minded. Because for me, I had tried everything on the market. I tried all those meal plans to lose weight. I joined the gym and worked out 3 to 4 times a week. You just need something that can help you, a tool. These are tools to help you make the wiser choices because temptation is real and it's difficult. When someone puts a cake in front of you, I don't know what you're, a bowl of pho or something like that, it is hard, but if you understand that it's not forever, that if you address and feel your body what it truly needs, you'll forever change. That's why this is not a diet, it's a lifestyle program. And after you lose what 10, 15, 30 pounds, whatever it is, you're not going to go back to that because you now have a new lifestyle. And I want everybody to give yourself grace. Don't compare, wow, they lost 10 pounds that quickly. I didn't, only lost 2. It is, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every day, do something for yourself. And this is something I learned very early on, James, as I study other coaches.
Mm,
It's like love yourself. You keep that promise to yourself. You said you're gonna get healthy, you're gonna change your life around, then do it. Because if I promise someone, hey, I'll meet you for dinner, you're gonna show up, right? But if you have to go to the
mm.
gym and you're like, oh, I don't feel like it, keep that promise. Love yourself, ladies. I'm going to say that to the ladies, right? Love yourself enough to keep that promise to yourself. And your
Absolutely.
transformation, your story is meant for someone. So may this, May this be the beginning of some lives that you're going to be changing.
So love that. Guys, drop a 10 in the chats if you affirm that right there. So Lily, let's talk about some of these tools that are helpful. And these tools here, they're not going to necessarily, because we're talking about estrogen, progesterone, but these two, they're not exactly targeted at those. But we've seen when people utilize this and for the hormones they do help support, there are other benefits as well too. So talk to me about these drops, these body balancing drops. So what do they do? And what have you seen they help specifically towards those symptoms you mentioned?
Yeah, so let's first take a look at the most common one, which is weight gain. What causes sudden weight gain in menopause? So these symptoms start up to 7 to 10 years prior to menopause, but due to the hormonal fluctuation in the amount of estrogen and progesterone in your body, that is what causes the rapid weight gain. And what these drops do is they actually help with the sugar and carb cravings. The first drop actually addresses the visceral fat, the fat around organs that lead to health issues later on. And the second one has adaptogenic herbs, has the vitamin B12. People that are deficient in B12 could feel sluggish, could feel tired. And that is what these drops do. They're homeopathic, plant-based, all natural. So they balance your hormones, they lower the cortisol. That is really important. Cortisol is a stress hormone. When you're stressed, you're gonna produce more cortisol. It's gonna impact your energy, your ability to sleep. It's like a vicious cycle. So that's what these drops do. They actually balance the hormones, lower the cortisols, help with the temptations to eat and the carb and sugar cravings. But in a nutshell, that's what these drops do. But I would
Yeah,
love for you to kind of elaborate on that because you also have had a journey on these drops as well for a different
absolutely.
reason.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Lily. I'd love to actually introduce Angie because Angie, she used these drops, not, I mean, for weight loss, kind of, but her story is really about menopause as well, too. But Angie, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing?
I'm groovy. How are you?
Doing amazing. Angie, you've been educating, you've literally been all around the nation talking to women about hormones, talking about menopause, perimenopause, stuff like that. Can you share a little bit about your story as well, too? I'm gonna flash this for you.
Yeah, okay. So that was me, the before picture that I didn't want to post till I had the after picture. But I basically needed to lose some weight. So I went on the skinny drops before we had the whole campaign about the hormone balancing. It kind of was kismet how it all hit at the same time. My doctor told me I had to come off. I was on progesterone, estrogen. And the doctor told me, you know, you're at an age, you've got to come off. I'm 65. I just turned
No.
65 on the 19th of this month. And so I thought, okay. So I started weaning myself off while I was losing the weight over those 4 months, not realizing that this was helping me kite from one mountain to the other, getting off of the progesterone, estrogen onto the drops. So I had no idea that my hormones were starting to balance. So I go from 7 days a week, the pills, bump along like that for a while, to 6 days a week, to 5 days a week, you know, just bumping, weaning myself off. Anyway, I'm thinking, wow, I'm healed. I don't have menopause anymore. And I went on several trips last year. And on one of those trips, I don't know which one it was, I forgot those drops. And, you know, I'm feeling I got my groove back. I've lost the weight. I'm not sweating like a pig in the middle of the night. Somebody said, stick your head in the something. I wanted to stick my whole body in the freezer. It was miserable. And so that heat, ladies, right around the back of your neck when you're sleeping, that like the dragon, I could feel it starting back again. I thought, oh shoot, I got to go back on the progesterone, estrogen. It's like, anyway, so then the campaign for the drop started. And they started talking about hormones, and they do this for, you know, so many things to include menopause. And I thought, no, like you should have had a V8, got to get back on the drops. So that's what I did. And like in short order, all of the symptoms just washed away again. Now, that said, if I drink red wine before going to bed or have that cake or splurge every now and again, I might still get sugar does trigger that. But that's my story. I love the drops. I'm never going to be without these drops. That's all I have to say.
It's a huge thing. I think what a lot of people don't realize, and first, congratulations, happy belated birthday. You are anti-aging, like seriously, right? And what a lot of people don't realize is that blood sugar levels, they do impact a lot of the symptoms that those that go through menopause do feel. So what I'm hearing from you, the drops, they don't target estrogen and progesterone. They do insulin, ghrelin, cortisol, leptin. But when you start to balance those, all these other things start to benefit with like the symptoms that you're talking about as well too. But that's huge, Angie. Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. It's amazing. And it's not just women. If you're next to a woman seriously having a hot flash, you can feel it. That's a real thing. To have somebody standing next to you and the heat that radiates off of a woman really going through a major hot flash, it's miserable. It makes you mean too, a little bit.
You're nicer now, you're sweeter, and
I
life
didn't
is
say
good.
all that now, but that's not what's making me mean anymore.
So love that. Angie, huge congratulations.
Thank
And thank you
you.
for sharing.
Thank
Or
you.
two. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I hope that gives the ladies a lot of hope there. Um, Lily, so we talk about hormone balancing and the drops, we talk about that as a first tool. There's also some other tools because we do talk about hormones and ones that can help support proper hormone even development as well. One that is one of your favorites is this, some people know it as magical D, but it's Magnical D. Can you talk to this, what it is and how it might benefit these symptoms too?
Yeah, I want to talk about like besides weight gain, anxiety. Okay, it's a common symptom of so what is anxiety? Heart palpitations, shortness of breath, chest pain even, and all these manifests that mirror what you experience during a panic attack, but that occurs in menopause as well. I don't think many people speak about that. They just think they're having a panic attack or something like that. But the hot flashes and things like that we spoke about, but I want to kind of talk about what this product can do. Let me just go here. So when we talk about by balancing the hormones, but also certain vitamins, vitamin D in particular, vitamin B and iron and magnesium, those are the best vitamins for menopausal fatigue. We talk about anxiety, we talk about fatigue as well, right? These micronutrients, AKA supplements, are essential for combating the menopausal fatigue, supporting bone health. People know, calcium as bone health, mood stabilization, as well as energy metabolism. You know how Angie talked about irritability or, just like edgy and stuff. Well, the mood, it stabilizes your mood. A balanced diet, of course, will help, as well as regular exercise and quality sleep, and enhances the effectiveness of these vitamins and mineral supplements in managing menopausal symptoms. So in a nutshell, this one helps with, of course, bone health, but it helps with the immune system. It helps with, your cortisol. Again, talking about cortisol, lowering that. This one's phenomenal for great digestion and immune system. I think I mentioned that as well. But that is what I want to kind of share about how this can help with menopausal symptoms, anxiety,
So
and bloating, and you feeling bloating and all that you mentioned earlier. All that can be handled by this one product. It just does not get enough highlight. And that's why,
wow.
like I say, my 102-year-old mother-in-law loves this product, helps with her digestion, helps with her aches and pain. Come on, give it to her. She's 102. So
Amazing.
yeah, she loves this.
Wow. Wow. And I've learned too, Lily, vitamin D is essential for hormones as a whole. So if you
Yes.
want better hormones and the development of them, that's why vitamin D is one of those things. So love
Yeah,
it.
actually,
And
I
the
have
fun
that.
thing,
Thank you for reminding. It does help
yeah.
with the production and activity of estrogen and progesterone to keep the hormones in balance. That's why vitamin D is so important. And the mad cow D is so important. It's the ratio of the great, phenomenal types of calcium, all right? It's from a citrate, not from malate, not from carbonate, which is not absorbed to the body. So it's the amount of magnesium to calcium to vitamin D that makes it very magical.
Wow, there we
And
go.
also, you
Hey,
mentioned the blood sugar level. That does help with
mm,
that as well. Yeah.
wow,
Yes.
wow. It's like a multifunctional solution for all the above stuff.
Okay.
Perfect. Hey, if you're
Yes.
still with us, put a few in the comments. We got one more fan favorite from Lily. You talked about this youth elixir as well. So let's touch bases on this final thing. We talk about hormone balance, but what is Renew and how does this help with the topic at hand?
Okay, so we talk about menopause and how a lot of people suffer from insomnia, falling asleep and staying asleep and waking up really tired. This product, what it deals with is the human growth hormone. So as we age past the age of 25, the HGH diminishes and it's hard to get that resupplied through food. So you do need additional help. So what Renew does is a natural of supplement blend that open up the four pathways so your body can naturally produce HGH again. And when you have this, and it's really easy to take, you just drink it 30 minutes before you go to sleep, and it helps with sleep and it helps with like the libido that we talked about, with the muscle, as well as the fat loss, and addressing the skin. So it's anti-aging. So again, it helped with my personal journey with adult acne.
Oh, man, that sounds like some good stuff. So basically, this is what I'm getting, Lily. If we want to look like you and Angie, feel like you and Angie, and just like have the best rest of our life, these three solutions, the drops, Magna Cal D, and Renew, are a really good trio to look at. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, not just for menopause, but for many people, because it does synergistically work together. You might say, well, this one's good for energy. Why am I taking this one? Well, they all work together. There's not
Mm,
one product you can take and it addresses all of your symptoms. So I just want to kind of make sure people know that you won't OD on this stuff. It's not like, oh, I already have some of calcium in this. Why am I getting it here? So rest assured that
yeah.
these are all natural and they're just going to help you have a vibrant life. And I want to let you guys know, don't let age define you, let it refine you. So there you go.
Mm.
You guys are hopefully a little bit wiser than you were 30 minutes ago. And just thank you so much for inviting me to share these phenomenal products.
Thank you for your wisdom, guys. Throw one in the comments if you got even one nugget there. There was so much to unpack. This one you're going to want to replay, to reshare as well too. Thank you, Lily, so much for your contribution all the time. Watch all her stuff, by the way. In our community, she's constantly, like weekly, she's giving all types of amazing stuff. She does a Wellness Wednesday, so follow her page, follow her stuff, and it's incredible. Angie, I love to leave you also with a last word. You're sitting on this line. You're a woman you've been frustrated by the changes that have been happening in your body. You're sick and tired of it. You've tried a lot of things. You're looking at this and you're like, well, I'm glad it works for you, Angie. I'm glad it works for you, Lily, but will it really work for me? What would you tell that person?
Invest in your health and well-being. There's so much more to the product, specifically the drops, than just one thing or the other. Give it time. Don't start a week and then nothing, or be that person that doesn't even get them out of the box. Try it. And it's so much better for you. The progesterone estrogen had a higher risk of breast cancer. That was why my doctor told me I had to get off. My sister-in-law, who's on this call, had breast cancer, so she knows as well. Estrogen's everywhere. We don't need those hormones. The drops are where it's at. Just try it.
Wow.
You won't regret it. And share it. Share it with people. Because there's somebody out there who's needing some relief, and doctors aren't telling us about this stuff. Trust me. They just got to get off, but you can't eat yams and black cohosh till the cows come home. This is all measured. It's easy. It's tastes great. It's just do it. Just do it. And I'll shut up there now.
Angie, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on, and your story and your passion has transformed lives all over the world. It just inspires all of us. But Thank you, thank you, thank you, sister. And guys, does Angie not look glamorous? I mean,
No.
come on. If I can look like you're on my vision board.
You should
Come
see
on,
me
there
from
we
the
go.
waist down. I got on Puma slippers and jeans.
The way of the future right now. Thanks so much. So, hey, to
Thank
take that
you.
as we close this out. Absolutely. Guys, after seeing this, if you have not tried these solutions yet, get back with your friend and ask them how you can get started. Whether it's all three of the solutions Lily talked about, 1, 2, whatever that it is, talk to them and get started. The best time to start was like last year. Second best time is right now. Give yourself a shot. There's also the opportunity, like both Lily and Angie said, and I'm curious, as you were listening to this, who here could already think of some people that need this information too, right? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments if that's the case, So yeah, so there's a lot of people out there that need this information. So you might even consider there's a unique way where if you want to get a discount, and actually you can share this and make up to 30% when you share the product with someone else. You can partner for a one-time lifetime $30 membership, which by the way, until August 30th, there's like 2 days left. That's waived. All right. So you can get access to our tools and our simple systems to easily share this information with other people so they can learn from people like Angie, from people like Lily, from our amazing community on some really simple health solutions that actually work. You might consider that. Some people do that just to get the product paid for, make an extra $500 a month or even more. We have some people doing some very serious things with this. So whether it's just getting started as a customer or even considering being a partner, get back with your friend right after this with your questions, with your next steps. And we love to be able to help you together and welcome you into our community. But with that said, Lily, thank you once again for all your wisdom. I always love how prepared you are. I learn something every single time. Angie, just the passion that you have for your mission. It is so important. I'm grateful that we were able to share that with everyone here. And everyone that was on this call, grateful for you and your time. That is your life. Other than that, everyone, have a great evening. Feel free